Hello, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. As you noticed, we have been joined by an extra guest today. Go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
Hello, my name is Nightmare. What's up?
Nightmare?
Is that it? Do I do more?
Do you want to do more?
I do not care.
Why do you not care?
I just don't care.
You know what? I'm not going to call you Nightmare from now on. Your name is now Mare Knight, the Smirnoff God. From this day forward.
God.
Next,
This dude.
we have Galactic Conage.
Who's that?
It's Galactic Conage.
No dirty boys in here.
Why do you say like that?
bro? I thought you were PR, my guy. I thought you were.
You're right. I am PR. I'm sorry. I formally resigned.
Not on the PR for the PR. Come on now.
I did resign. Yep.
And then we have Ghost 91.
Eh?
Ghost 91.
Who are these extra people?
Loved Ghost hated Ghost 91 or 19. While I am forever known as Lord Wildfang III, Strassenberg of the East Side area, Captain of
Can we
Industry.
just get to the game?
That was a lie.
This is literally what happened the entire time. At this point, I could have walked the dogs, washed my car, and
Longer than the Undertaker entrance, bro.
right.
Okay. So
What was that? Undertaker entrance 35 with that long ass ramp.
he started halfway up the ramp. You know this.
It still took 20 minutes.
Anywho, how are you guys today?
I'm a little sore.
Why are you sore? That's very confusing.
I worked out earlier.
All right.
I'm a little sore.
All right. Yeah, man.
I'm alright.
Yeah, man. That's a lot of beating. Anywho,
Hey, yo.
let's talk about. Speaking of beating, let's move on to what Activision has been doing. Mr. Galactic.
Gosh, that is the worst transition I have ever.
So
You're wild.
I get it canceled today.
This man.
Yeah, man. As we're PR and the PR's vice chair here, Nightmare. I don't think we condone such words.
Chair.
Vice chair, yes.
Well, I'm main chair. At least co-chair, because you be walking sometimes.
Hey, bro.
You guys sometimes.
Oh my god.
Anyway, talk about Activision. They made some headlines recently because they are getting sued by their female workers. Basically, to keep it short, in the work environment, they don't treat them fairly, and they involve them in some hazing activity. You know, all the worst things you can think about. Activision does to their female employees. So it's become public knowledge, and everyone's canceling Activision. What do you guys think?
I don't give a fuck about Activision, to be honest. I mean,
That's fair. That is a fair assessment.
I'm pretty sure, like, damn near every gamer low-key hates Activision. So it's like,
not kids and people who are playing Warzone right now.
I mean, I feel like there's certain things they've done that's good, and then, you know,
Hold up.
they do things like that.
Name one good thing.
One good thing that Activision has done.
You got to name a good thing.
A good thing that Activision has done.
Yeah, think about it. Think about it. Come back to
Crash
me.
Bandicoot?
No.
Oh no, that wasn't good. Okay.
They literally lied and then added DLC like a week later. After they lied and say they wouldn't.
Okay, when you say good thing, you mean like the game is good, or like the game was still good?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but they don't. Did they publish it or did they make it? They published that game. I don't know.
They did. So
they published it. Yeah. That don't matter.
Wow, this man really just stumped me. I can't think. like I could say Call of Duty, but I'm not that OC about Call of Duty to be like, oh, Call of Duty.
Yeah. Once a year game does not mean good for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to, let's go back in time, then I would say Modern Warfare 2. That's a good thing that Activision has done. That's like the best Call of Duty.
To me, it's between that and Black Ops 3.
Yeah. So.
But
yeah.
To be completely honest, that's literally a long time ago, my guy.
And that's why I said we gotta go back in time. You know.
All right, but like no joke though. Moving on, that is the second company recently that has been getting in trouble for sexual harassment or anything of the various natures like that. And I feel like not only should they lose the trial, but I think like Bobby Kotick or somebody like that should probably step down. That means Bobby Kotick was complicit or he knew about it and just didn't do anything.
I mean, I feel like, I don't want to say it's obvious, but it's like, so you have a big company filled with a bunch of white dudes, white straight men. I feel like it's almost it's bound to happen because it happens in a bunch of other companies too.
Yeah.
Like, why would gaming be any different just because it's gaming?
Yeah, I get you.
So, like, yeah. But yeah, it still sucks. But it's also like it's Activision. They already suck.
Yeah, it's
this just adds more to it. Like we already know you're trash. Now we know you're even more trash.
Exactly. Thank you. Like it makes sense. It's just very confusing to me that if you saw what Ubisoft got in trouble for, and you know they got in serious trouble, why would you copy them?
Right. It's so active.
And that's the thing in our industry that I honestly get mad at. It's like, why you always copy each other and then get in trouble when, like, you get surprised when you get in the same amount of trouble as what you're copying. Like, prime example, Anthem wanted to copy Destiny, but then forgot that Destiny started off crap and then got a lot better, which doesn't make any fucking sense to me on why. You know what I mean?
A lot of these companies are stupid, I would say.
Like, prime example,
they just don't think.
Does anybody remember Battlefield has a battle royale?
Play Battlefield?
I mean, even if you didn't play it, do you even know that Battlefield has a battle royale?
No.
Did anybody even know that Fallout 76 also has a battle royale?
No.
Strange, isn't it? We want battle royale money, so we're gonna copy with the battle royale. Nintendo did it 3 goddamn times at this point. Oh, Namco and Nintendo did it. Namco has the Pac-Man 100, there's Tetris 100, and there's Mario 99. Jesus Christ, I'm getting sick of this. Battle royales need to die. Moving on, there was something else I wanted to talk to you guys about. Oh, so hard games. How many of us play and love hard games? No homo.
I have a love-hate relationship with Dark Souls 3. But I absolutely fucking hate Sekiro.
What about you, Spirit?
Depends.
Depends. And what about you, Galactic?
It depends. I mean, I like most of them.
Okay.
As long as I don't break my controller, I'm fine. But you know, that doesn't happen with me. So.
Okay. Do you guys think, because there's another argument going on, that they should add easy mode to certain games?
No, I don't believe that.
No.
That wouldn't solve anything. The reason why, okay, a lot of these games that are quote unquote hard, they basically force you to be a better gamer. They force you to like get good, basically. Like I suck at Sekiro, but if I know that if I stuck with it, I would eventually beat the game because it forces you to get better at the game to get further in it.
Yeah,
it's just
forces you to learn.
Yeah, so eventually you will learn and you will get better. Adding a easy mode to it and you just coasting by it, like how's that fun?
And I would say certain games don't really need it. Like the certain games that's how they got their niche, that's how they got their fame. You know, like Dark Souls, like just being hard, even for advanced players or people that play damn near all of them. I'm not gonna knock somebody for sitting here playing a game on easy mode, because sometimes you just are a casual gamer. You just want to I just want to enjoy the story. I just want to sit here and play it. I don't play a lot of games on easy mode. I do just normal. Like when I first played Persona 5, I started off as normal, and I thought that was fine. Yeah, I still died occasionally, but it wasn't something where I was going to throw my controller. But there's games like A Plague Tale where I'm playing that on normal, and it literally feels like hard because I've constantly you're going to die in that game. You're going to die. But I'm not going to knock somebody for playing games on easy mode, and I think that's something in the gaming community that, quite honestly, I wish would stop. Like, can we just come together? The fact that, hey, we're all playing a damn game. Just because you choose to play your game on terror, nightmare mode, the hardest difficulty, whatever like that, kudos to you, buddy. I don't want to play on that.
Yeah, that is true.
Like, I think the hardest game, I did with Kingdom Hearts 2, and I got halfway, and I was just like, it's already stupid stuff that happens in that game on just regular, or just normal mode. So then when you crank it up and stuff, it's like, okay, this is like literally the dumbest stuff. Your healing potion, Donald already don't heal you for jack shit, so that's just pretty much just out the window there on the hard joint, and it's like, I got halfway through, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, I don't think people should bash people for it, but if a game's main, if you like Dark Souls, what else is there with Dark Souls besides the fact that it's hard? You have not even a story. You have lore shit. Okay, you have pretty good gameplay, but besides that, besides it being hard, there's not really anything else there. That's why Dark Souls need it. Yeah, that's why Dark Souls made Elden Ring, because they wanted Dark Souls with a story to add something else to their games.
Alright, so From Software, I'm not gonna lie, From Software's Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, and Demon Souls all have a story. It's just they chose to go, hey, build your own goddamn story. Same thing with Bloodborne. Right? They were like, hey, the story's there, can you figure it out? Other than that, go through, and the basic generic story is what we tell you or what we choose to tell you. All the side crap we don't tell you. Especially Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3, they kind of let you know from the beginning of what you're doing and why you're doing things. It's just,
yeah, that is true.
Yeah, and then for the side crap, you're not gonna know a character from the side unless you figure some shit out. Or look at the you have to be a freaking excavator to fucking find out some of the shit in that game or what happened. Prime example, Aldrich. If you figure out everything about Aldrich, you realize he ate a lot of people, and that man's a serial killer. Literally, the boss fight is after he ate a few of the bosses from part 1. You would know that. But when it comes to Sekiro has a story. Yeah, it has a story. And the game, they were like, let's see what happens if we wanted to make you die constantly and suffer while fighting the story mode. And the game does that, which is fantastic. And then Elden Ring is like, okay, so let's see what happens if, you're going to die constantly with a story mode made by a guy who has yet to complete his books, but whatever. You know what I mean? And because of that, I feel like myself, I'm like, it doesn't need an easy mode. Like games like that don't need an easy mode because, like you said, how are you gonna get better at the game if you're just coasting by? Like you're literally gonna eliminate the main appeal of the game just because you can't beat it. Like, come on, man, get good. Granted, yes, the toxic version of that is bad when it's like, hey, yo, how do you do this? Get good? No, just no. But when it comes to like literally trying to get better at the game, I feel like people need to kind of knuckle it up or shut up. Yeah. But when it comes to like Avengers, remember, if you guys can remember, Avengers was a shitty game. That game was. It's like games like that try to be hard, and like literally people put the game on easy to beat it, and yeah, this shit was funny. People was mad because people was beating Avengers on easy, which is to me fine because that game does not deserve a hard mode or anything like that. And then there's what the hell is the name of that game? Darn it, I lost my train of thought for a second. Oh yeah, Neo. Do you guys think Neo needed an easy mode? The way that game was going?
Neo was cancerous, but didn't need an easy mode because it literally had, if you played by yourself, the game was technically easier.
That is true. I didn't even realize that. The game was easier, but then when you play with more people, like kind of like how Dark Souls is, if you play with people, you're gonna be like, bro, what the fuck? Yeah, they genuinely make the games harder, which is what I like about them. But like when people get mad at games like that, it literally bugs me. You had something to say, Spirit?
No, I just cleared my throat.
Okay. Also, guess who else in the Activision Blizzard barrier got also was a part of that situation? Blizzard. Blizzard. Who here loves Blizzard?
Actually upsetting because I like Blizzard, kinda.
I like Overwatch.
I like Overwatch and I like Diablo a little bit.
Blizzard's okay.
Yeah, Blizzard's alright, but the fact that they also got caught of harassment and the fact that their CEO literally had a shitty response is the saddest shit you will ever hear. Let's see what J. Allen Brack's response was to the situation. Oh, he deleted his response. So apparently in Activision, a lot of dudes are doing, aka cube crawls by crawling in the girls' stores after they get drunk, which is fucked up. Oh man, Activision, you about to get destroyed. Alright. I do have a question. So guys. Oh yeah. Anybody remember when Ubisoft announced that game Skull and Bones? Okay.
What game?
Skull and Bones.
Okay.
Oh, why does that sound familiar? Hold on.
I don't remember.
Yes, that's how bad it's getting.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Let me look this. That game sounds so fucking familiar.
Yep.
Oh! I remember that shit. That was the little pirate joint.
Yep.
Oh shit. Okay. Alright. I remember now. Go ahead.
So apparently, Skull and Bones has been having, and I quote this, an Anthem level nightmare of development.
What?
So apparently, the development is just like Anthem's. Terrible.
Oh.
I already don't care about this game.
Oh my god. Yes, apparently it has been having a Anthem level nightmare of development, which means, you know, the game is probably going to be ultra shit. Like, it's going to be bad. We all know that. Oh wow, what's going on with my... Okay. Yeah. So apparently they've been having issues with the developing the game. There's been changes of management. There's been a lot of things that's been happening. So who's getting skull and bones? Nobody? Nobody's buying that game?
Silence.
Oh wow. Nobody wants to buy that. That game's gonna be fire, man. What are you talking about, man? Guys,
no.
It's oopies. Alright. Did you guys hear about the black market for FIFA and EA's mechanics? So apparently, Ultimate Teams, somebody had a black market for EA's Ultimate Team stuff. But if anybody can recall, EA was like, we don't like to call it that. We like to call it surprise mechanics. But, you know, apparently people had the black market with their shit. So, that's fun. How do you guys feel about that nonsense? Hello?
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
Just popping in.
You said what?
This connection not working.
Oh, shit. What's going on?
I've literally had to pop in and out like 3 times.
Oh, okay. Well, I said that the ultimate teams from FIFA, from EA's various games have they have a black market with their shit. So somebody's been buying their shit and selling it.
Oh?
Yep. And EA, remember what EA, I always tell you, EA says, EA is always like, hey, we don't do that. Our stuff is surprise mechanics. Surprise mechanics. Okay, moving on. That's about as... Never mind, I'm not gonna make the joke. I don't want to get in trouble on this podcast for making that such a crude joke. Okay. What else was I going to bring up? This is a pre-warning to everybody. If you buy FIFA on the Switch, you are buying last year's port. I mean, you are buying a copy-paste game, literally. So, for all the idiots that always buy EA games, you are losing your mind. That's all I'm saying on that situation. But whatever.
As your PR, I don't think we should be calling them idiots. You less fortunate people. That's what the terminology we're gonna go with. Less fortunate.
Okay, so we're gonna call them
dumbasses.
Yes, you people that play sports games over and over. Despite the no change in quality, is unfortunate.
Okay. But are you gonna really not call them what they really are?
It's not very nice.
Are you sure you don't want to call them what they actually are? Stupid.
I won't. God damn it.
You're not gonna call them dumb? You're gonna leave them the fuck alone? Anywho. Hold up, it's not letting our cohort talk again. Granted, he is fully...
Yeah, this connection journey is not the greatest.
Well, I don't know what's going on. Because he's not muted. I guess just...
On mine, it shows that he is.
Yeah. Hold up. Just leave and come back and see what happens. Anywho. what was next here?
You told me to leave and come back?
No.
Oh.
Nightmare. Why would I have you leave and come back if I can hear you properly?
I'm probably gonna have to again. This is like my 5th time.
Okay. All right. And final thing before we move on to the wrestling, I want to talk about cartoons for a second. Anybody hear about what's going on with the He-Man remake?
You know, it's just me in here, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm in here.
Oh.
Okay.
What about cartoons now? I missed what you were saying.
Oh, so you weren't paying attention?
I was. I just missed what you said.
What? I asked a question.
It's something about cartoons. Yes, I need you to repeat your question.
Fuck you. Anywho.
I do.
Anywho. Any fucking who. My question was, so anybody see or hear about what's going on with that He-Man cartoon?
Oh God, no.
So apparently, because me and Nightmare and a bunch of people had that very conversation on PlayStation, they did a political. Instead of making a good cartoon, they did a political. Now, I have a question for you guys. What is the name of the show?
He-Man.
He-Man. Alright, so what if you guys was watching a show called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Alright? And you start watching the show, and the show is about April O'Neil. It was only about April O'Neil and only April. And you barely saw the Turtles. What would you say to that?
I'd be confused.
Y'all should have just made this show April O'Neil show.
Exactly. So apparently, in the new He-Man, not only is April not in it, no, shit, she's not in it. Yes, the new He-Man show. He-Man's barely in his own show. He dies off the first episode, or about to die off, and it's about forgot her name, but one of the king's right-hand people in the show, and then she becomes, and I quote this, a girl that shaves half her head and has the hair on the side, becomes the most important thing, can do no wrong, and literally gets mad because of her fifis, because Prince Adam never told her that he was He-Man when he was dying, so she got more mad at the fact that he didn't tell her he was He-Man than the fact that he just died. Yeah, that it's really bad. People are like, it should be a He-Man for all new generation. Nope, it's a terrible He-Man for all new generation. I'm going to give me a second.
Are toilets connected in the wall?
No, the guy came and he like disconnected it, and then I had to carry that shit. And it was heavy as fuck.
Oh.
And I worked out earlier, so that shit was extra hard.
You'll be alright.
My legs were fucked.
You will be alright. At least you ain't gotta go back to work at 12 o'clock at night.
You
don't come home.
I have to work. So I have to work in like 2 hours. So
Sure. Doesn't matter. I went to work this morning. I gotta go back to work in about 7 hours.
Jesus Christ! Why do they have working you so hard?
Because I actually got home earlier.
Wait, the podcast? What happened?
Oh yeah, we're back on it. But yes, we're introducing Mr. Darkwave, who, a wild Darkwave appeared out of nowhere.
Hey, man. I didn't think I'd be asleep that long.
Damn.
I had to take at least a little nap.
I mean,
I got home at like 11. I had to take a little nap. I had to.
I get it, man. I'm not blaming you for nothing. Where was I? Oh yeah. So the He-Man cartoon barely has He-Man in it. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are getting pissed because they just did the political again instead of making a good character. It's so political that the girl is buff, she has a half-shaven head, and she's clearly a lesbian. Again.
It's not how you're supposed to make characters. That's not how you're supposed to make characters, man. When they write
Yeah, that new
there needs to be a token gay character in every show now.
But yeah, that's like
2021.
You could make a gay character and not have them be so obvious that you're like, I can taste the rainbow head ass. Like, no, bro.
Whoa.
Skittles, nigga. Rainbow, nigga. Like,
whoa.
Okay.
Multiple podcast rules. This episode's gonna be called Breaking the Rules.
Really? Okay. He said once or twice. I said it twice. Okay. I said it twice. You can't say that.
I hate you right now. Jesus Christ.
You are, but
okay.
You might have to be like intern.
Christ, but finish what you were saying, my guy.
Okay, all I'm saying is it's actually not hard. What you do is you make the character, right? You build, like, you don't even make the character design. You get the backstory, all that crap first, their personality, all that. Then, if they happen to be gay, they gay. If they happen to be black, they black. That's how you make marginalized group characters. Don't be stupid and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make the gay character, and then that's like the center of their entire character is the fact that they're gay. That's how you get super obvious gay ass characters. Like, there's nothing wrong with the gay. There's a problem with like you making a fucking caricature.
All right, Nightmare. I was with you in the first half until you I said the phrase "gay ass." Anyways,
you understand what I'm saying, though. You understand what I'm saying.
I'm just messing with you.
What you're saying is this man is. You're mad because of the vernacular, bro. Like, come on, man. All I'm saying is, it's not hard. Okay, it's like when DC was like, "Oh yeah, we're making a non-binary Flash," and they're like patting themselves on the back. It's like, bro, if you make a Flash who happens to be non-binary, cool. But if you go out your way to make a non-binary Flash, you look kind of stupid because then their entire character is the fact that they're non-binary.
Yeah, and look at what happened when Marvel did it. They made Safe Space and I forgot what his name was. The other person.
Yeah, bruh. I was dying when I found out about that. That was stupid.
Yeah.
Like, and their names, it's like, bro, come on now.
Yeah, and
it's not hard.
Got surprised when no one liked it.
Not even, bruh. You know it's bad when you make something for gay people and they hate it just as much as like straight people.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, you fucked up on both fronts.
Yeah, that means just don't do it.
Tracks.
That whole there needs to be a gay person in every piece of media now is a load of shit, to be honest. Always has been, and it always. Sometimes it's like, I don't give a fuck. That's my problem. Like, who gives a shit? Like, I don't care if they're gay or not, because, I mean, what? Whoa, what difference does it make? It's not gonna play into the story. It's not gonna play into like they make it. They tout it as if we're gonna go into a theater or watch on TV screens of these people actually doing gay shit, as if we give a shit. No one cares. Just give me a good show. If a person's gay, they're gay. Great. You know, it's like like in the gay people always say, you know, LGBT whatever. They start, we want representation. Representation of what? Who gives a shit? Well, you want to see yourself? You want to see people getting fucked on screen? Is that what you want? This is the only representation you'll get,
bro. This dude wild, bro.
This is the only representation you'll get, and it's infected everything: anime, video games, movies, TV shows. And they come out video games, and they come out like Overwatch, famously. Oh, well, Tracer's gay. Okay, who gives a shit? Soldier's gay. Who gives a shit? No one cares.
Yeah, y'all still ain't gonna be protecting the thing. Y'all just gonna be running off and do what you want.
Like, who cares? Okay, they're gay. Great. Well, am I gonna turn on Overwatch one day and Soldier's gonna be kissing some dude and representing the? Who gives a shit? Okay.
Like, yeah. All right.
That makes sense.
This podcast can only handle so much.
But But yeah, like I've watched like 2, I want to say at most shows where they made. I'll say 3 shows where they made a gay character. Mm-hmm. One of them, you had no idea that nigga was gay. Oh, I said it again. Fuck it.
Jesus.
It's in my vocabulary.
Stop it! Jesus Christ!
Alright, I'm sorry. But you had no idea he was gay until he told like the main character he was gay, and you're just like, okay. And then the other 2, like one of them is unapologetically gay, and he's still a good character. And then another one, again, when he tells you he's gay, it's like, did not see that. Like, that's how you're supposed to write a character. That's how you're supposed to write a gay character too.
It has to be organic, and the problem is these companies. It's like even the show, and sometimes it don't even be the show's fault. Like the show itself will be fine. It's the media behind the websites, the blue check marks, and all this shit. Is as if you're dragging it down our face as if I'm supposed to care. Blah, say blah, say blah is part of that community. Who gives a shit? If he is, great. We're not going to see that anywhere in the show. And even if it is, who cares? Give me a good television show. Give a fuck. Yeah. Like, oh, this character is this, and the first thing I'm saying is, okay, you telling me this for what? Who cares? You know, that's my whole thing in the show. Like, don't shove it down my throat that this character is this, that character is that. Let me watch the show, see the character, and judge the show and the character for what it is. Because even if the character's not part of that community, it can still be written like garbage. So who gives a shit?
Yeah. Every time they're written like garbage, it pisses me off. It's just like, yo, why are we losing character for expense of just gay? And it's at this point, it's just like, what? Like, prime example, the one thing that bugged me about this and made me go, yo, media nowadays is trash. In Mass Effect Andromeda, there's a character on a random planet, and the first thing that person says to you when they walk up to you, when you walk up to them, is, I'm trans. And I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? Like, I'm sorry. Thing. Yeah, that's the first thing. Like, yo, that's not how you make a character. That's just, so why did you tell me this? I didn't ask you a question.
I don't know. It's becoming to a point where I don't want to hear. I'm caring less. Like, that community wants to be acknowledged. They want to be respected, and this, that, that's perfectly fine. Everyone should be treated equally, no matter what you are, no matter what team you play for. Congrats. But the other side of that is the media. You have to calm that shit down. People watching this show, people watching the movie, playing the game, they don't care. They don't. Who cares? Mm-hmm. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, I'm either going to watch this character get killed on screen anyway, or live through the entire show, or I'm going to either play this character in the game, or I don't play this character in the game, or whatever may happen. Like, yeah, and half the time, and to be honest with you, half the time, like our new co-host said, you wouldn't even know anyway. Mm-hmm. The only time you will find, like, legitimately, what are they going to do to show this? Are they going to just have a random scene of them dating someone? Or they're going to tell someone, like, okay, you tell someone, great. I'll probably forget fucking 10 minutes from now. Who cares?
Yeah, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, at the end of the day, like, you got some characters out there that are clearly gay, and people love them. But it's like, yo, who cares? That's not their character trait.
It's just it's their sexual orientation, and at that point, no one cares, because at the end of the day, I care about the story of the show or the game, or in certain, like an Overwatch case, gameplay, and my teammates playing like complete shit. They are right now.
Yeah, like prime example, like if we were playing Overwatch and you were like, I'm picking Travis because she's gay, I'm gonna be like, are you sure about that? Is that really something you should be doing? Should you be picking the character because it's a character that has a good kit? Or, I noticed that...
you know how to play?
Yeah. they have a bunch of Tracer counter picks on there. You shouldn't be doing that. You know, there's a Reaper on the enemy team.
The character?
Exactly. Like, yeah. Like, don't pick a fucking Reaper. I mean, if there's a Reaper on the enemy team, you dumb. A Reaper or a soldier. See the shoulder, soldier, whatever.
Yeah.
He's also gay, and then people, it's like, yo, who cares? I know for a fact Galactic would still probably use him. You know, yes, we made some, homosexual jokes while he was using them, but he still used the man because he's still a good character. Like, what?
Yes. Just, I don't know, man. It needs to. You want to have them in your media. You want to have it represented fine. Let the story itself draw them out. Don't fucking push that shit down our throat. As if I'm supposed to want this character to be this. Like, I don't care what they are. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah,
I have no issue with them. I just don't care.
Yeah, they're doing the same thing with fat people too. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
But that's another story.
Trans, that community, all that. It's like it's become mandatory. I don't care if it's part of a story or not. Let's do this. And it's like, okay.
Yeah,
we'll change the character because of this. Okay. Do I need to know this? Do I need to hear this? Just want to watch the show or deal with the media that's, what else going on?
Yeah. Like you said, the He-Man thing. What was I supposed to say? Oh, She-Ra. The She-Ra show.
Yeah. No one cared about that show. Literally because of that nonsense.
Because that is definitely like, they continually, like, very much try a lot with the whole gay stuff. And it's not a problem until it becomes a problem, where characters make dumb decisions because of it. Like, this character didn't act like this before, why are they acting stupid now?
What was that? Hello?
Oh, this man talking in robotese. I don't know what he's saying.
Yeah. Like, and again, for me, that's just annoying. Like, Spirit, what if you were playing Play Sale and the main character was like, just turned to the camera and said, "I'm a lesbian." What would you say to that?
I'm like, so what does this have to do with your brother and you getting the fuck out of here? Like, girl, unless the rats only target heterosexuals, I don't think they care.
Like, yo, what does that matter? Like, even, like, again, sometimes when I'm looking at the screen or whatever I'm looking at, or when I hear about something, I'm like, huh? What does that have to do with anything? Who cares? Or the news media, such and such got representation in this. And I'm like, who gives a fuck? Is it a good character? Oh, no? Okay.
Then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, like, no? Then if I was gay or something, I'd be like, yo, you misrepresented me again. Thank you. Like, thank you very much for misrepresenting me for making a character gay because. Like, get out of here, son. Like, hell, Loki. When everybody figured out that Loki was bisexual, it just happened. No one freaking was just like, oh my god. Yes, people were mad that, Loki magically was bisexual, but, who cares?
I mean, the thing is, it's because they didn't make a big deal of it. They glossed over the fact that he was bisexual. Like, I had to watch that part over again. I was like, Yeah. She said any girls and or guys, and he said yes, and I was like, wait, what?
He said a little bit of both, and I was like, okay. And like, for me, I was just like, all right, cool. Like, yo, it was like
that's a good way to make a gay, like a bi or gay character.
Yeah, it's not like
the bad way they could have done is if he made this big old like coming out speech or something.
Yeah,
it's like y'all really almost are about to die, and you sit here talking about your past dudes that you used to date. Like, what does this have to do with all the tea in China, dude? Like, what are you talking about?
That would have been fucking odd if he's just like, I'm bisexual, so that means I am a superior character. I would have been like, yo, shut up. Just shut up. Fucking, what does that have to do with anything? Jesus Christ, I hate. Yeah. That's why I hate modern media. I don't watch it.
Yeah. There's bad stuff like He-Man and She-Ra, and then there's like good a good side of it, like I keep saying Kipo, because again, that came out of nowhere. But the fact that they just went over it and like it was just a fact at that point, that's a good way to do it. Instead of, talking about it every 5 seconds.
Yeah, which is good. Oh shit. But yeah, like again, when they don't do it right, and again it bugs me something fierce.
Because they don't do it right.
And it's the saddest shit I've ever heard. Like, yo, why don't you just do this correctly? When you do this correctly, people are going to watch your shit and praise you. Instead, if you just go, I'm gay for the sake of it, no one's gonna give a fuck. And then people are gonna make fun of you on the on the internet, like people do all the time. And like I said, I'm not gonna treat like gays or anything are treated fairly all the time. I get it and I understand. But what you're not gonna do is pretend like just a character just because it's that's a thing. Like prime example, I remember when people were getting mad that there was no fat people in Assassin's Creed, and I was like, how does that make sense?
How would a fat assassin work? I'm just like,
I don't know.
Like, and like if you put them in the same, like think about it, the same situations that you put all the other assassins in, how would it work?
It would not actually.
Also, they would lose weight. You have to think about them animating that too.
Yeah,
making all the animations for that too to make it accurate. And I'm not saying there couldn't be a fat assassin. I'm just saying a fat assassin like in Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, but
no.
As I said,
just somebody the size of like just a fat like Rick Ross when he was fat, just doing parkour.
Yeah, but as I would say, and I said to the last person that said something like that, I was like, they would lose the weight though, because they're climbing buildings.
They're running around.
Like they're sitting there trying to do the fucking leap of faith, and then as soon as they get on the board, the shit break. Like what else? That's not certain stuff. It's not really gonna
break. No. Like imagine Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and like you have to walk the plank or something halfway through the plank. Crack.
Yeah,
and you just drop it to the water.
Yeah, Valhalla, when you do leap of faith and then you land, or even like in any of them, I guess, when you land into like the damn cart, this shit you gonna die because you going right through the fucking cart. There's no way in hell. Like you about to tell me you can be a 400-pound plus assassin and get away with this shit? As soon as you step, the board gonna creak, and then the dude gonna turn around and be like, oh. So what? It's not going to work. Like you just have to realize it. Like it's.
You take a step.
What?
You take a step.
Right. So like that's not gonna sit here and work. And some of these people you gotta sit here and chase. It's like, okay, granted, some heavy set people, some people are still in good shape as far as like stamina wise, but after a certain amount of time, you can't.
Yeah, you're not gonna catch up. You're not gonna catch up.
Yeah.
That's like saying freaking Big Show can chase down Usain Bolt. That ain't happening. Even if Big Show got mad stamina, it ain't happening. So like,
that's not how it works.
There has to be some logic. Okay, if they there just has to be some logic. The fat assassin would end up becoming a buff assassin with the amount of assassination shit they have to do.
Exactly, is what I tell people all the time. I'm like, yo, he would lose the weight.
Cut like a Greek god head as like what are you talking about?
Exactly.
Like,
he wouldn't
rip this shit. Like
he wouldn't be the same by the time he's done doing at least one day of full fucking parkour. He'd be like, shout out to all them peers. Like that's exactly what he'd be doing by the end of the day. Like, yo,
like by the end of the story, bro, you be built different.
Yeah. So when people complained about that joint back then, I was like, yo, you got a female assassin. Sense. What's wrong with a non-fat female assassin? She looks too perfect. No, what?
She looks perfect. What?
Yeah, because she was skinny.
People complain about body shaming, but you do realize that hating someone because they're thin is also body shaming.
I mean, you don't know. You don't know that.
You don't know that.
You don't know that. What?
Like it's so weird how people work sometimes.
Yeah, people are weird. We want representation, but I don't care if it makes us look good. It makes us look like shit. But whatever.
Yeah. I watch damn near everything on Netflix right now, so I just need new shows.
Yeah, but He-Man ain't it, bruh. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm not watching that.
Speaking of, now that we're here, moving on from that, Dark Wave, you missed the conversation.
Yeah.
So, hard games, right? You've played a lot of hard games equally, right? What would you say?
Hard games?
Yeah.
Like Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if they
hard or card?
Hard.
Hard. Okay.
Hard. As in Dark Souls, Demon Souls, all them shits, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What if they was just randomly go, they have an easy mode now, like Returnal. Like if it was like easy mode, what would you say to that?
You mean like Psychonauts if it's fucking invincible mode?
Psychonauts has an invincible mode?
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
Psychonauts has a mode where it makes the game pointless.
Basically, Psychonauts too. And people are like, see, why if Dark Souls, if this can do it, why couldn't Dark Souls just have an easy mode? Yeah, those the comments. I mean, it was only one person in comments. He got rightfully shit on, as he should have.
What would people say to him?
He's an idiot. Like, he got shit on, as he should have, rightfully so.
That sounds hideous. Why?
If those games had added like an easy mode or whatever, that'd be no point.
Oh shit!
Like, cause like, let's be honest here, man. Like, there's hard, and then there's like trial by error challenging.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Dark Souls is. It's trial by error hard. Challenging. Because they're just games hard for the sake of hard, look crashful. But, no. How about we just stay away from them? Just leave them alone. They're perfectly fine. And honestly, if you really think about those type of games, if you actually pay attention, you can cheese all of them. In a way. You can cheese them all. Like, believe it or not, you can cheese Neo. You can cheese Neo too.
You can even cheese Sekiro, but that's not the easiest.
You can cheese Bloodborne. You can cheese Dark Souls 3. I mean, if you play, the problem is people want to play a game without using their fucking brains. Like, you'll have people claim up and down that. Now, I'm not saying these games are easy, because Neo is not easy. It is a challenging game. But to make it less of a pain in the ass, just do what needs to be done. Like, I don't know, pay attention to what your character build is going to be. Don't just look at your armor, put on armor, and say, yeah, great. We did good here. Like, pay attention to what your character's wearing. Don't be wearing a bunch of armor, have like high weight, and wonder why your stamina's going down. What do you mean? Pay attention, or don't get mad at your co-op partner in Neo 2, not having such a problem when you are, because he actually is, I don't know, playing in a build. He's building his character from that, from the moment that the game is. Don't be mad at that person that they actually care.
I mean, that makes sense.
I mean, that's exactly what happens. I mean, that's what happened with me in Neo 2. A lot of people got upset because I was saying Neo 2. Because Neo 2 was challenging, but I was cheesing it because I made a ninja build. It was easy to cheese.
Oh, really? Why would people even get mad at that, actually?
Because I'm playing with a build and people did not. So, essentially, I don't have the same experience as them, I guess you can say. But I don't fucking know, man. It bothers my mind.
The fact that people actually get mad at you is confusing to me.
People get mad at you.
People get mad at me because I am a person who does not let shit slide. I am a person that will look at something, and if it's bad, it's bad. It's like Space Jam. If it's bad, it's bad. and I will call it out. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, well, we got to get what we can take, or, well, considering what we got, it was pretty decent. No, you're bad, you're bad. Now, if that person likes it, more power to you. Who am I to tell you what you can't like? I'm just telling you by facts and logic about what I watch on television. To me, it was shit. You know, or what I played, it was garbage.
That's quite hilarious that you say that. There's a lot of people that actually like that movie for some fucking reason.
I did not like the movie at all. The movie, people say it's for kids and this, and I'm like, where? What kid knows Iron Giant in 2021? I would love to know.
What kid knows? What kid knows Game of
Iron
Thrones?
Giant. Exactly. I will see a kid knowing more Game of Thrones than Iron Giant. Iron Giant was long before their time. At least Game of Thrones, you could have probably been like 6, 5 when it ended. But Iron Giant, you weren't even. Your parents wasn't even together. They weren't even by themselves. Probably like high school kids, whatever. Nothing but one-liners and pop culture references. That movie, garbage.
Yeah.
I don't care. If you like the movie, great. But to me, it was trash.
I mean,
I
watched that joint.
I watched it. It was on HBO Max, and I'm a movie guy. I love watching movies, but the problem is I watch with open eyes. I cannot watch something like if you are a TV show or anime or whatever, and you present storyline, like you make yourself try to take yourself seriously. I mean, you're presenting characters, you're making story, all that shit. I'm gonna watch you with eyes wide open because this is what you're telling me I should be doing. I'm not gonna. It's not like that Ragnarok show on Netflix where they say, "Listen, humans suck. We want to fight, kill them." Okay. Then I can turn my brain off. That's what the show is. It's shoot, kill, because we don't like humans. Great. That is understandable to just turn your brain off because that's what the show is telling you to do. We're just here to kill humans. Done. But when you're trying to give me backstory and this on this character and this on that character, at that point, I'm going to take your show seriously. And if you suck, then you will be judged accordingly. And people don't like that because I'm a little too honest, or I don't agree with their narrative. So I'm the villain here, pretty much.
That's everybody. That's a lot of people on the internet. When they like something and you go against it, they'll say you're problematic or some crap.
Even Samurai Warriors, I get shit on, and me and Wolfgang have discussed this many times, but I get shit on for calling out Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors in a current direction. People say, "Oh, stop trolling the posts," and like, no one's trolling. Is it wrong that I am a hardcore Warriors fan who wants a good game?
No.
It's like all I want is a good Warriors game. So for me to express how I feel like the game has gone to shit compared to where it was, that's me being a fan. That's me really wanting the series to succeed instead of floundering and becoming worse. Is that wrong? I pose this question to people, and of course no one replies if they can't. Like, not about being a troll. It's not about being fighting for the sake of fighting. It's because I want a decent fucking product, or I want to watch good television, or play a good game. People show me, "Oh, why aren't you getting back for blood?" It's like, I don't care. It's not going to be bad. It's not a bad game. I've played so many Left 4 Dead archetypes, I genuinely do not care. That's why I'm not buying it. That has nothing to do with me saying it's a bad game. I'm just saying I'm not buying it. Like, if you say you're not doing what the majority is doing, well, what do you mean? Oh, I don't like Boruto. I don't like Boruto. Who gives a shit? If you like it, great. I think it's trash. But you can't be in the minority. You have to be in the same mindset as the degenerate clowns on the internet, because it's what the majority is. Oh, if you don't like this, then you must be a hipster. Like, no, it's fucking garbage.
Or they tell you try to be different. You're trying to be different. No, if it's
no, you're trying to be edgy. No, I don't like the fucking product. And I watch, and like I said, anyone can tell you, I watch anime with fucking eyes wide open unless it tells me not to. basically. I cannot grade a show halfway through. I can't. Naruto was great at one point in time. Shippuden was great at one point in time, and then it went down a fucking cliff. I'm not gonna let that shit slide. I'm not letting that slide. Everyone else, oh well, but the power. I don't care about the fights. I have to watch this shit, or in my case, read this shit every week. Throughout the week, garbage to get to a fight. It's not good. Like, I don't want to read trash to get to a decent fight. Who cares? I don't care about Sasuke getting power up number 605. Who cares? The reading of it was been garbage.
I don't know. Naruto. The reason people are so OC about like Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, and all that is because a lot of times it was either their first anime or one of their first anime. So they have it with like rose-colored glasses. They look at it with rose-colored glasses. So everything the anime does, oh, it's amazing. It's great. If you get someone who watches anime that came out like this season or last season, right? Make them go down a couple years, and then they watch Naruto, they'll be like, yeah, Naruto's alright, because it is. Like it's not crazy, it's not bad, but it's alright.
Yeah, I had Spirit watch Outlaw Star, Cowboy Bebop, and Trigun, and she's like, oh, these are fantastic.
Well, I think the problem is people forget that I've been, in my case, the people tend to forget, I've been watching anime for over 25 plus years, so the shit happening in Naruto, My Hero, not saying these shows bad, just saying, the things that everyone gets so hyped about, I've seen, done, 1,001 times. This is why I don't watch. I've actually kind of, in a lot of ways, and I've said this before, I've kind of dropped all of those shonen beat 'em up shows, personally. Because half of them do the same, half of them are really unoriginal. Demon Slayer probably being one of the only ones that, though it wasn't necessarily original in terms of, he had antagonist, he has an issue, he gets power, but it's the fact of how they do it, how the story is told. And it's not about just fucking Tanjiro, it's about the entire cast. You care about, when they focus on characters, you care. That's what I want. I want engaging. I don't want someone like Neji, who disappeared for 4 years, come back and then he's dead. Great. Congratulations, Neji. You're off my television. You're off my books. And people shit on me for not liking Neji. He is irrelevant as fucking dirt, as a tissue. Who cares? He disappeared for 4 years. Now, if you watch the anime, you may see him filler, but who cares? It's non-canon garbage. I liked the character, but the author did nothing with him.
I mean, Naruto betrayed itself. It went from being about being an underdog, like the Neji versus Naruto fight. Neji was the entire time like, "Oh, you're born into your destiny. Doesn't matter what you do. Your destiny is what defines you." Basically, Naruto's like, "No, you can build up." Then Neji beats his ass. Naruto wins by using the Nine Tails Fox chakra, which he was born with. Then, in freaking Shippuden, Neji dies for Hinata, who is the main clan, and he's the side clan, and that's his duty as the member of the side clan. Meaning, he didn't change his destiny. It just looked like he did. It just looked like he did.
The problem is, though, who gave it? Like, I say this all the time. The one who cared is if you were a fan of Neji. That's it. And I mean, like, favorite character. I was a fan of him. Cause I use the analogy every time. If Halle Berry's in a movie, right, and she appears in the first 5 minutes, the movie is 2 hours long, and you don't see her until the last 10 minutes of the movie, and she just gets randomly shot in the face, are you going to care about that character?
No.
In fact, you're going to be like, what the fuck happened? I forgot all about her.
Yeah.
It's the same with Neji. Naruto itself lost his identity after the pain. After the pain shit happened, it went completely off the rails, it lost his identity, and it became gradually garbage. I'm sorry. Everything after Pain / Sasuke and Hitachi, garbage. They fucked up Hitachi's character by fucking up Sasuke's character.
Pain is the best villain in Naruto.
He should have been the de facto villain. He should have been the end.
I mean, it's the same thing. You can say the same thing for Dragon Ball Z, because Frieza was supposed to be the end. Was supposed to be the end. He was supposed to be the end.
No.
That's why everything after Frieza was
We know how that turned out. Thank you, Japanese fans. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and then you have certain shows that should be getting all the love and support that Boruto and Dragon Ball Super got, like Promised Neverland. But then the manga ended and they just dropped everything and sped through the show, which doesn't make sense.
They do that. Anime is it's a weird topic in some cases because you have people who watch and don't really understand why people who've been watching anime for so long, and I mean longer than 10 years, get upset or don't care. I'll use Bleach. I fucking hate Bleach. I think Bleach is one of the worst shonens of all. Bleach was great, got mediocre, and then just went off a fucking cliff completely at that last arc. That last arc was fucking terrible. I don't care what anyone says. One of the 3 good moments in a final arc. It's not good. Now I have to read 300 plus chapters of this shit. It's not. You say that to people.
The problem with Bleach, right? It's not even the storytelling. It's not the powers. It's none of that. It's Ichigo. Ichigo's the reason why Bleach sucks.
That too.
Ichigo has no motivation as a main character. Every shonen main character has some sort of thing, some sort of drive. Ichigo's thing is, I want to protect your friend. You want to protect your friends, right? So why aren't you actively trying to find Aizen?
Yeah.
But also sat there but it also rinse repeated itself. Like as a show, it just rinse like if you watch Bleach starting off, you're like, man, this is good. And then you get to the Rescue Rukia arc, like, holy shit, this is really getting good. You have Ichigo with his hollow shit, and this, that, and the other. And then you get to the Visor arc, and you're like, okay, this is not that good, but it has to be addressed because obviously his quote hollow form is giving him problems. And I say quotations for people who have not finished. It's giving him problems, so that has to be addressed. But then you go right into the Aizen shit, and it's literally Rescue Rukia with palette swaps.
Palette swaps.
You can literally say, as I'm reading this, I'm like, look, alright, Bleach, you are clearly writing on this here. So, if this is where it's going to end with Aizen, I'm fine with this. Because you're ending. What happens? No, we get another 500 chapters. And that whole thing was trapped. Full brain after that, irrelevant. Manga filler. And then you get the last arc, which is coming back in October. And it was all bad. It was not good.
Only one character was good, and that's to do with the burning fingers.
There was I don't know, man. Like, I feel like there's no character development of any of the main cast. Ukiura had more character development than the entire main cast in all of Bleach. The writer obviously lost ideas. There's some deaths in Bleach that made no sense. Some deaths didn't make sense because you'll see someone get cut in half, survive. Then you see someone get their arm cut off and stabbed and die. He's like, I don't understand this. It was a jumbled mess, and it should end it. Anime, manga do not know how to end.
Demon Slayer
is, and this is why I praise it. Demon Slayer is one of my favorites of that genre because of the fact, the author, she was asked to continue with it. She could have easily done it. There's a storyline she could have done. She chose not to. Good. Because she told her story. Yeah. And she's moving the fuck on.
There's definitely things that should, just end. Like, and then you have 1 in a million things like One Piece, where he continually adds things, and then like the audience forgets it, and he's like, oh yeah, let me bring this back up. Like he has like an archive of just a bunch of more arcs, which is why it's been going on for 1,000+ chapters.
One Piece is good. The problem with One Piece is that the longer it gets good, that ending.
Oh, that ending has to be.
It has to be acceptable. It has to be acceptable. It has to be because if you waste a lot of people's time, this is a 20+ year journey. Yeah. And One Piece has consistently been good. It has its low moments, but consistently for all the time it's been, even though I don't really watch the show or read the manga anymore, it has consistently been good. But the longer you go on, that ending needs to be great. And I've already predicted how this ending is going to be. Because everyone wants to shit on Fairy Tail for friendship. I'm sorry, people. One Piece started first. One Piece was one of the very first things to start this whole friendship bullshit. I guarantee that One Piece ending, that whole so-called treasure, there'll be a note. And in that box, there'll be a note that says, the friends that you gathered on this adventure is the thing that can never be replaced. That is your One Piece. Done. Because look at the cast. Luffy.
Oh God. If he does that, Oda. I feel like if he does that, Oda will never have a job again. But honestly, at this point, he doesn't exactly
burn down his home.
Yeah, like people will literally, they will pull up on him. They will pull up on him with swords. They will pull up on him.
But see, the thing is, the crew does not care about treasure. Look at the crew. The crew does not care about treasure and riches. That's why I say the whole point of One Piece is going to be the ending, and it may be. I mean, and it can be done in a good way, but the problem is it's going to be friendship. I think because look at the crew. Look at it's all about his Luffy's all about his crew. He's of course he is Natsu before Natsu was even created. It is about his crew. He's going to get to One Piece. The ending is going to basically be holographic, hologram or note or something. Basically saying, look at the people you acquire on this journey. That is the one treasure that can never be replaced. And that's probably how it's going to end. And they'll do some epilogue and some other things and answer some more questions. But I guarantee you, the whole Grand Line the One Piece situation shit, it'll probably be just that because that's what the show's about. It always has been. People shit on Fairy Tail. You can shit on Fairy Tail for it, but understand, One Piece does it just as bad. Like One Piece does it just as much as Fairy Tail. It's just that One Piece is a better show than Fairy Tail in every sense of the word.
Because there's Fairy Tail was definitely like the first 2 seasons, pretty good, and then I think after when they somehow all got blown up, and then they got like stuck in time, and they came back exactly the same. I was just like, yo,
why are you Fairy Tail? I think Fairy Tail truthfully hit his peak after the Jarrell arc when he was the main villain for a while. When Jarrell was the main villain, I think at that point Fairy Tail had already hit his peak because it was really there that I felt the series at its highest. It never got close. Everything else was just mediocre. It was okay, but the whole end thing, the
Tower of, what was it called? The Tower of something?
I don't remember, but that whole arc when Natsu made that tower shit and.
Honestly, low key, One Piece, Fairy Tail could have ended there, and it would have been golden.
It should have, because it was his peak.
Yeah,
that was his peak. Because I nothing either hit. It didn't get better or worse from that spot. It kind of stayed stagnant. It was some parts that were slightly good. There was some parts that were slightly bad, but it never exceeded that whole Jarrell arc. That's why I always say his peak. Anime knows when you're reading something. If you're reading something with open eyes and you're watching something, you know when something's hit its peak. You know when like, all right, this is it. And if it doesn't end, you're gonna be shocked, and you're gonna be watching, saying to yourself, okay, how is this going to continue? How is they going to make sense with this? And if it sucks, you're gonna let it know. I'm like, oh boy. And then you're going to give it chance after chance, and when it's all said and done, you're going to grade it. You'll say the first 2 arcs or first 3 or 4 arcs were good, the entire back half was fucking trash. And at that point, when the back half or 500 chapters or so are trash, it cannot get a good grade. You can't. I don't care if the first 3 arcs are good. There's another 4 arcs after that are garbage. So, it's almost like the Kingdom Hearts 3 situation. Then end. Now we got DLC, and it's fucking garbage to some people.
I mean, the DLC was not that great. It just literally made the boss fights that should have been boss fights.
Shit. And then of course we have our good old Versus 13 reference in there because we have to bring that back up. Great. You know. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Anime and manga, you have some that just can't end. And then there's some where it's like they end perfectly or they end too soon.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have some where like it's so like this is why I hate manga companies, because like you either have a really good anime manga, but then it has one or two things similar to other popular anime and manga, so they're like, oh well, we gonna have to ask you because I don't know what to do. It's like, okay, then people are obviously reading this.
You're getting better than our top 3. We gotta cut you.
Like
that's not WWE booking. You're getting better than Naruto. We can't have that.
Yep. There was that one manga. What was it? Phantom Seer. And because it had a theme of, oh, they're fighting monsters or demons or something. Well, they already had Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer. So they're like, oh well, bye. Even though it had amazing art and the story was super good, but because it had one thing in common with these other 3 titans of supernatural crap,
I wouldn't even say Jujutsu's not the best in that genre. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's part of the big 3 now, but
yeah, it is.
Want to call
they're the big 3 in like supernatural. I feel.
I mean, I think there's a big 3 in every generation. There's a big 3. Like people still say, people count One Piece part of big 3. I don't.
Not anymore.
One Piece.
Not anymore.
One Piece was in the Naruto era of big 3.
Now it's I think Jujutsu Kaisen,
My Hero,
and My Hero.
I don't know. I think it's My Hero, Demon Slayer, and
if you're going by
Black Clover.
I would say Black Clover. I would say Black Clover too.
Because it's mainly the mainstream. It's what's in the mainstream right now.
Yeah.
The big top 3 in mainstream, and I think that's My Hero, Black Clover, and Demon Slayer. That's Demon Slayer. I used to not put Demon Slayer up there because it's over.
Out of them, I would say.
Yeah, I would put it.
My Hero, where it's going, yeah, it's pretty good. I have not caught up to Black Clover, so I can't speak on it.
It's a lot of people don't put Demon Slayer there because it's finished, like the manga's over.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't put nothing else there. Jujutsu Kaisen is good, but I just can't put it over Demon Slayer.
The only reason why I'm not speaking about Jujutsu Kaisen is it hasn't continued because of the artist's health, his health. But I will say that the upcoming arc, that shit's gonna be crazy. I can't say anything more than that because, well, that's like that's
a
like
spoiler,
100 chapters. Yeah, that's like 90-something chapters ahead of all anime only watchers. Like, I'd be very different.
Anime only watchers, So I joined late, but what was the actual topic of the show? We just went on a massive tangent.
We're about to switch to wrestling, but I do have one quick question because I never got to ask you this. What do you feel about the UPS Simulator Director Cut?
One word.
What?
Why?
Yeah. I mean, he already created it, so how is it he's already in charge of it, so he's a director. It's a director's cut.
Thank you.
Actually,
the director already did. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
1 second, before we move on to wrestling. Spirit, are you still around? Are you still here? Spirit?
Yep, sure.
Alright, I have a question for you, and I'm asking you because you're a female. I want a female perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And it's before we move to wrestling. Why is it when a movie has a sex scene or rape scene or a dark type of sexual theme, people kind of gloss over it, right? And it's kind of forgotten about. But when an anime does it, it is frowned upon. It is known as controversal, cancel it, so on and so forth. Why is that?
People are weird.
The only really explanation I can possibly give is because even though we may consider anime something more than just cartoon, a lot of people in society, a lot of people just consider anime as cartoon. They will see Jujutsu Kaisen as fucking SpongeBob. Oh, it's all cartoon. So they think of the entire media as anime of cartoons. So when you had these cartoons, and I use that very loosely because we know that it's just more than just cartoon, having sex, hentai, girls walking around with big titties, all that other kind of stuff, and yeah, so it's just that I think that's my only explanation as to the reason why I think that it's frowned upon, and that's because society just thinks of anime is cartoons. It's like, oh, it's Cartoon Network, cartoons, yeah.
Yeah, that is true. At least when people see it as childlike, so anything that is not in that demographic, they'll think it's bad. I mean, honestly, rape scenes and anything are wild, to be honest.
Like, I don't condone. Listen,
Yeah.
It's more of
people are weird at the end of the day because it shouldn't matter either way because something bad is happening on screen. It shouldn't matter if it's an actor and an actress or animated person one and animated person two. Like it shouldn't matter.
And also,
this horrible thing is happening. Like, to
me, I'm like, well, I'm two mindsets. I get it with anime. I get it with movies, but I get it a lot with anime. Sex sells. Okay.
True.
I understand that 100%. My issue is the main reason why there's a show is on Netflix. Netflix, Jesus Christ, Crunchyroll, Idaten or something, where at the very end there's a town is being pillaged and destroyed, and there's a rape scene by a nun in a church. Yeah, and there are a lot of people. It's like Idaten. It's on Crunchyroll. And the show is fine. And it's not about really ecchi. It's just at the end it showed a town. It showed a town being attacked and destroyed by some military force or some type of force. And they cornered something on that church, and they did, and they kind of showed it kind of not. And everyone's up in arms. And I'm like,
oh, kind of like Goblin Slayer.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. Wow. You see the body, you see the girl's body actually moving and all that. Like I said, it shows it kind of like that Hero show a little bit when they complain that she had sex with a guy. It's weird. But my thing is, it doesn't make sense to me. If this was a normal movie, I'd probably never hear a peep about it. Who cares? Well, because of the anime, oh, this is wrong. It's like, I'm not condoning it, but at the same time, it's media. It's media, and it's quote quote media entertainment. It's in the show. The show is not built around that. It's
one thing happening.
It's a natural thing that happens in fucking any type of media. People attack a town. It's a normal trope. We watched Spartacus. We've watched a bunch of movies. People attack the town. They see a female. More than likely, cute female's going to get attacked in more ways than me. But because it's anime and because it showed it a little bit, oh, it's wrong. I don't condone it. It's terrible. But it's in media. It's in all media. You read books. You can read a fucking a comic. Watch a movie in the theaters. And it's like everyone's routing. And I'm sitting here like, what? People say, I'm dropping the show because of this one scene. What? Because of a sex scene in the show? Quote, rape scene in the show, you're going to drop it? I mean, not to sound insecure, but the shit happens in real life. It's not rape by any means. The shit happens in real life. Everything you're seeing here happens in real life. Or has happened in real life, I should say.
Yeah.
So what are we...
I mean, like, yes, if someone's, like, ransacking a town, and it's like, in that era, yeah, that happened all the time.
Yeah.
We've seen this in media. Anyone who's watched Spartacus have seen this shit.
It doesn't make it good. It's just like, again,
not good at all.
People pick and choose what they get angry about.
Again,
it's just
that's why when Goblin Slayer, when people got mad at Goblin Slayer, I was like, they're goblins and they're literally evil. Who cares?
That's literally the whole. It's like they're evil. Like
Same
and then the girl at when she was doing the voiceover thingy, like she even said, "Yeah, this is common." I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, what were you saying, Spirit?
Yeah, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, people just pick and choose what is, what to bitch about or what they want to complain about. For example, my sister, my niece got, she's really into anime and stuff, so she's been having her watch it. So we was watching, I forgot. I think we was watching. Oh, she was watching One Piece. My niece actually watches it. I was like, cool. So she's watching it. And my sister was like, oh, okay. And then I think we switched over, and I was like, I don't know if she remembered because she's older than me. I was like, oh, let's watching Dragon Ball Z. And then she saw Mr. Popo, and then it was just like, oh no, throwing his teeth and all that kind of stuff. To people like us, like even if you go and watch like One Punch Man and how they had, I forgot Black Dude's name.
Oh my god, I remember him. He kind of looks like Mr. Popo, but slightly lighter. Like
he's Black Sienna.
Yeah. Slightly less racist, right? Like
Mr. Popo isn't.
It's not targeted for us, right? It's not like a lot of anime is not targeted for Black people. Like that's why when they
and a lot of us know that watch anime, we know that Black people are. That's how it was portrayed, especially the older type anime. Now, granted, One Punch Man is a little bit newer, but that's beside the point. People like us know, okay, if there's going to be a Black person in it, and there are a few anime where Black people actually look like Black people. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Muhammad Abdul, he looks like a Black guy. He looks like the Egyptian guy. He got the and everything.
My hero, they have a Black superhero, and he looks like a Black guy.
Megalobot, character's Black.
And she just was like, oh, this is wrong, and blah, blah, blah. And it's just not realizing.
Do you know how old Dragon Ball Z is, bruh?
Exactly. That's why I thought she would remember it, because she's 10 years older than me.
That's even worse. That's even worse.
Oh no, she remembers Dragon Ball Z. She's trying to remember Mr. Popo. You know Goku with all those clowns, but I think
she started more so with Sailor Moon and didn't watch Dragon Ball Z. I did both, so I watched Sailor Moon and I watched Dragon Ball Z.
But everyone knows everyone knows who Goku is, so it's knowing Dragon Ball Z and knowing Dragon Ball Z are two completely different things. If I
knowing about Dragon Ball Z and knowing,
yeah, she knows, she'll recognize Goku. She'll recognize maybe a Vegeta, but she probably won't remember Mr. Popo, who hasn't been seen in like fucking 10 years at this point. I don't remember the last time I seen Mr. Popo in any of the. He may have appeared in Super at some point, I don't remember. But.
He did he?
No.
I don't know, I don't remember. He's irrelevant, so who cares? Doesn't do shit. So, I mean, I don't know.
It's weird how I can understand, I can sympathize as a Black guy, I get it, but it's also like there's anime out there where there's good Black characters. So many anime out there that have good Black characters. If you have a problem with this one Black and
wait a second.
I've never let that stuff bother me.
Has a bunch of Black characters.
I've never let that bother me, honestly. I think it's because I'm desensitized at this point. I've been watching anime since I was a fucking kid. Legit. I'm not talking about just Dragon Balls. I mean, Akira, Vampire Hunter. Just all that stuff I've been watching. That at this point, when it came down to seeing anime portray Black people, it didn't bother me because I already knew anime was a cesspool of controversy, especially in the United States. And for me, that stuff never bothers me because I don't take it in that way. I laugh at it. It's fucked up. I never take it in the way of, oh god, man, this bullshit. Japan.
And you guys remember the history for it, and the history as far as a lot of Asian countries and stuff like that. Japan is one of the few ones that actually fuck with Black people. That actually, like us, tolerate us, and the reason or how their media, especially way back in the day, how it was portrayed was because that's, if you guys go back, remember the minstrel cartoons and stuff, that's how we were portrayed here in America. So that's unfortunately how they had perceived us. Then when they actually saw us, it was like, wait a minute, y'all don't look like this? And then it was just like, oh shit, whoopsie. And so when we are portrayed, when a race is portrayed a certain way and the other race, when has not really seen us or don't really know us like that, then it's like, okay, well, this is how we have to, exactly. And like I said, Japan, I don't think that that's considering them as racist, because again, there are a lot of other Asian countries and cultures that do not like black people. Japan is one of the few ones. So, and I only know this because I have friends that are from Thailand, Korean, Chinese and stuff. So, yeah, I never considered it as racist, or nor am I going to sit here and protest the anime because Mr. Popo, or because whatchamacallit from One Punch Man, or some of the older ones and stuff like that. I'm never going to sit here and protest that.
I'm just like, yo, focus on the positive ones. Like, we have some, like, hey, you want to see a whole bunch of black people? Watch Bleach. Even though it's, like, they have a lot.
Wasn't there also like a whole fucking village in Naruto when it was just like,
the class,
black people?
It's literally all black people. Granted, Killer is a walking stereotype. Like, even though Killer B is a walking stereotype, like they still tough, bro.
I would give Killer B a pass just because Killer B, like, I love Killer B and I was not too big of a Sasuke fan back in the day. So when I saw that episode, he sucked Sasuke. I was like, yeah, I forgive all of it. All your sins have been forgiven. All sins forgiven for this.
The fact that he fucked Sasuke up the way he fucked him up, it was just nonsense. I was like, did you think Sasuke was gonna beat him?
Yeah, the man's a whole funny.
Yeah,
man basically killed Sasuke 3 times, and Sasuke had like fucking Mario lives.
Yeah, and I'm like, bro,
the man had multiple swords, and every single one of his swords were in Sasuke, and I'm just like, dang.
I'm like, bro,
that's wild, bro.
That should have been. That should have been.
The 8 tails though, like that's the fucked up part. Like, yo, this is the 8 tails. Like, he's slightly weaker than Naruto.
He's literally barely weaker than Naruto.
Exactly. Like, yo, get out.
If him and Naruto were to fight,
he could actually win. That's the funny part.
If there was no plot armor,
yeah, Naruto has
I can see Killer B winning. Like, because he's technically a better fighter. Naruto just punches and kicks. This man literally breakdances on fools. Like,
yeah, with 8 goddamn swords, 9
after.
And then even after, the whatchamacallit giant.
Yeah,
the shark.
Yeah, the shark dude sword. Yeah, that was technically 9 because he was like, oh shit, a Jin Trinity that has fucking chakra. No, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go with him, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like yo,
like Killer B's tough. All I'm saying is there's a lot of black characters out there. You just gotta find the good ones. If you upset with Mr. Popo, hey, Dragon Ball Z suck anyway, so just find another anime. Like, Dragon Ball Z suck. Like, okay. The franchise as a whole now sucks, I should say.
Okay, I get you.
Like,
I actually get you.
Like, if you want to get upset over something that came out, how many years ago was it?
Wait, but Mr. Piccolo was black. What the fuck? So now
we made him black. we said Piccolo was an honorary black person, you know.
Yeah, that's Gohan's dad.
There's so many other Fire Force.
What's his name?
There's a whole anime about a black samurai. There's 2 now. There's Yusuke, which sucked, but there's Afro Samurai.
Oh yeah.
Go watch that if you're upset about.
Wait, Yasuke sucks?
Yasuke. Fuck this.
Yeah, that joint was trash. Good animation, but trash.
Okay. But that being said, it's time we move the fuck on to wrestling. So boy,
that is where I leave.
Thank you, Nightmare, for enjoying a couple of hours of gaming and anime. But we got to move on to the meat and potatoes. We ate a shit ton of sides like fries and rice by itself. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I'll talk to y'all later.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Meat and potatoes. You mean burials amongst epicness amongst epicness. Burials on one side. Burials on one side.
I have a request.
Hold up.
I have a request. No. I have a request. Can we please talk about WWE first before we get to the AEW news and speculations and stuff?
That's what we were gonna do.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Back to what you were saying, Darkwave.
I'm saying we have burials on one side, epicness on the other.
Okay.
Oh man. Carrying Cross.
Hey,
holy shit.
Speaking of Karrion Kross, now that you brought him up, Karrion Kross apparently, because he lost that, pissed off multiple people in the back, who, and I quote, literally boosted this man for him to lose in 2 minutes and actually finally gain a loss.
Jeff Hardy.
To Jeff Hardy in 2 minutes. What are your thoughts on that, guys? Speaking of, I haven't heard from Gay Lathic in a while.
Man, I don't watch NXT, but if I did,
bro,
I was worried about that.
Karrion Kross literally losing to Matt Hardy in 2 minutes is literally an insult to Pete Dunne. Yeah, it's a literal insult to Pete Dunne, Johnny Gargano, Adam Cole, and what's his name? Yeah, Kyle O'Reilly. It's an insult. Finn Balor. It's a fucking insult. And
they're about to play that up against Roman Reigns, and so that indirectly affects Roman.
So now I got a question. Why? We'll get to that. Why in the fuck did Karrion Kross even win the matches? If
what is that?
Huh?
My bad.
Yeah, I said, why did Karrion Kross even win the matches? Does anybody have a clue? Why did he win the matches?
He won the matches because NXT was building something that apparently the main roster doesn't give a fuck about NXT, even more so now than ever before.
According to what I heard, I thought that it was that Vince McMahon was actually sending them the fact that he had Keith Lee come back and then instantly lose because of the whole struggle with his name, and then Karrion Kross also lost. You can take away people's identities and having them lose and stuff like that. That it was somewhat clean that Vince McMahon was sending NXT people that NXT lesson or singing on message.
Here's my problem with that, and that could very well be true. I wouldn't doubt it at all because they got fucked by AEW. Every week on Wednesday nights, promptly at 8 o'clock, they were already fucked by AEW every night. But my problem is this: I don't give a fuck about that. That is a terrible reason. You have a company to run. At some point, Vince McMahon has to know. You're not going to be able to rely on the Goldbergs, or the John Cenas, or the Edges, or the Dwaynes, or any other so-called old-timey guy that you have. You can't call The Undertaker anymore. It's done.
Yeah.
Big Show, Mark Henry, AEW. Kane, I mean, no one wants him on my fucking TV. You have no stars in your company that people are going to actively come out and see. You don't. Once John Cena leaves, that is it. You can maybe make the case for Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is not at John Cena's level at right now. He may get there because of this run he's having, but he's not there now. They have no one else. NXT is supposed to be not necessarily developmental, but a place where people can get accustomed to the WWE style, because half those wrestlers have been wrestling longer than 15 years. It's for them to get accustomed to WWE style and television, and then all you need to do is Triple H gives you a blueprint and you put it on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown Live. That's it. And you build around them. Make new stars. Have those in the mid card. Have those in the main event. But you can't do that when you have the NXT champion come on TV losing to Jeff Hardy in 2 minutes. This is the same Jeff Hardy who lost to Jinder Mahal, one of Jinder Mahal's goons or superstars. It's the same Jeff Hardy who, as of this moment, has been jobbed to almost everybody. It's the same Jeff Hardy who has barely done shit at all in the pandemic era since the Sheamus feud.
Yeah, he kept losing.
And you have Karrion Kross, who, whether you're a fan of Kross or not, I'm not the biggest Kross guy. He has his strengths, but I'm not the biggest Kross guy. But you have him come up with a shit entrance because we can't have someone entrance being better than Roman Reigns. Basically, that's what that is. And you have him lose. I'm not going to lie to you. I watched Monday Night Raw and I saw Jeff Hardy come out. You saw Karrion Kross, right? Come out, bland entrance. And I'm like, all right, who are they going to feed Kross? And Jeff Hardy came out with his old new theme, his new old theme. And I'm like, damn, Jeff Hardy, a established guy for Karrion Kross to beat. Sucks for Jeff, he's going to probably get squashed, but I mean, this is what Jeff Hardy is as of right now. I was drinking something, sparkling ice at the time, and when I saw Karrion Kross when I saw Jeff get the 1, 2, 3, I literally spit my stuff out my mouth in laughter. Because I couldn't really let Jeff Hardy beat this man. Jeff Hardy. This ain't 2008, 2009 Jeff Hardy. This is 2021 Jeff Hardy. I don't get it. I don't care if it's something bigger. It's about first impressions.
Yeah, and Jeff Hardy has been jobbed out and hasn't won a match in a brick. So at the end of the day, it's like,
it's unwarranted. Like, you took away. I don't know what this Karrion Kross situation is weird because people, the promos, people have been shitting on him. Adam Cole, he said you're nothing but an entrance with the girl and all that. And it's funny, all this stuff happening with Kross. But to be honest with you, when you look at Monday Night Raw, everything Adam Cole, they basically made Adam Cole's promo legit. They made Adam Cole's promo true. You're nothing more but an entrance with special effects, the top blonde, and that's it. Because when you watch Monday Night Raw and you see him come out, there's nothing there. He is generic. He is bland. And he's just there. And it's sad, really. It's sad you're cutting off someone at the balls before they even have a chance. So for what? So Scarlett can go wrestle on her own? Now maybe that's what Scarlett wants to do. Maybe Scarlett Bordeaux actually wants to wrestle. We don't know what happens backstage. We don't. People may want to wrestle because they want to wrestle and they say, well, we can break you from Kross. But as a booker, you have to make the right decisions, man. It's like, parent, bruh, not right now. And if we're going to have her, she can wrestle, but she has to be with you, man. That is your package. It completes you,
I didn't even realize Charlotte was gone, bro. That's the sad part. I didn't even realize she wasn't there.
Exactly. I mean, she wasn't there. She is. His entrance with that whole act, the entrance, that whole shit. It is it's the best entrance in WWE. It shits on Roman Reigns, who takes 45 years to get to a fucking ring. It shits on Drew McIntyre. It shits on Bobby Lashley, though I like Bobby Lashley's entrance. It shits on Seth Rollins, who comes out like an obnoxious clown. His entrance is kind of nice too, but he comes out like a fucking clown because it's hilarious. He puts all the entrances to shame, but we can't have that because Roman Reigns is the quote head of the table, the tribal chief. So you neuter him, and not only do you neuter him, you have him lose to Jeff Hardy,
who hasn't won a match in a brick.
This is your NXT champion.
Who's feuding with Samoa Joe, by the way?
Yes, and Jeff Hardy cheated on top of
it. Doesn't win a match in a brick.
This is your NXT champion.
Who's feuding with Samoa Joe, by the way?
Yes, and Jeff Hardy cheated on top of it.
Doesn't win a match in a brick.
This is your NXT champion.
Who's feuding with Samoa Joe, by the way?
Yes, and Jeff Hardy cheated on top of it.
Doesn't win a match in a brick.
This is your NXT champion.
Who's feuding with Samoa Joe, by the way?
Yes, and Jeff Hardy cheated on top of it.
Doesn't win a match in a brick.
This is your NXT champion.
Who's feuding with Samoa Joe, by the way?
I don't care what he does on Raw. He can become WWE champion tomorrow. I don't care.
That would be bad.
If he does not, if they don't fix this and have, I mean, he's already damaged goods. It's already damaged. It's already been
His
damaged.
first loss was Jeff Hardy on the fucking live on television.
He could win. He could win every match from here to the day Roman drops that Universal title, and still would not recover. In my eyes, he can get back Scarlett. He can have the entrance. He can win every match until Roman Reigns loses that Universal title. And I would still look at him and say, you still lost to Jeff Hardy your very first night. But you know what? I won't say that much. That if he goes on that long with Terror, there might be a chance to recover him, but it's going to be very hard. He has to have Scarlett.
No, he's going to lose.
Scarlett has to be there.
Right?
The presentation that NXT gave him must be there. If it's not there, he's failed on the main roster.
I mean, Arthur's a pain.
Oh,
Arthur's a pain. Yeah, that's enough said about that.
They took away Paul Ellering catering for the rest of their lives. So they teamed up with Mr. Rollins, and then they got injured, and then gone.
And piss on you.
That joke
then
was so bad.
Holy shit.
Yo, he came back after how long?
7 months to open challenge with Bobby Lashley.
To lose to Bobby Lashley. To lose to Bobby Lashley fucking cleanly.
It's not even that. It's the way he lost. To me, I felt like he got dominated that entire match.
Which don't make no sense.
He came back. I don't know what happened to his bask in your glory. And then go to his new thing. Come back. Look good. Had a few moments with babyface, moments with Bobby. And then seemingly gets destroyed. Like you know what he was doing? Keith Lee was doing the exact same shit he was doing before he left. Getting dominated by Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, that shit was dumb.
I don't know, man. And then we got fucking Bill Goldberg.
Oh my god. Yo. Thankfully, the song that came on. I have a few things to say about that. WWE at this fucking point, right, is getting so fucking terrible that they keep bringing up blasts from the past that Goldberg, the man who was just in a match with Drew McIntyre, in a shit match with Drew McIntyre, wasn't good, and if he thought that was good, then something is fucking wrong. They brought this man back to fucking seriously just shit up the main event of another fucking pay-per-view for no reason. What they should do is have that match go on first so we can get that shit done with quick. And if Bill Goldberg happens to win because he wants to look good in front of his kids, then I have no idea what the fuck is the point of WWE anymore. That shit doesn't make any fucking sense at this point. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Why is Goldberg... In fact, why did Goldberg jump the fucking line? I'm next. No, you're not. Fuck you.
I mean, realistically, there's no one left, really. But
no, I don't give a fuck. First of all,
no. You're not wrong. I'm just being honest with you. If you look on paper, who really is left to face Bobby Lashley? I mean, they have no one else. You can't do Drew McIntyre. You're not going to do Matt Riddle.
Second of all,
you could do Big E.
Is Big E going after the Intercontinental Champion with the Money in the Bank belt, the briefcase?
I hope not.
Because if that's the case, I'm going to call it the dumbest fucking Money in the Bank win of all time.
I want. Speaking of Big E, because this all ties into Bobby Lashley, Goldberg. A lot of people say that the story is there because Bobby Lashley, it will be Big E getting revenge on the New Day. Now, on Bobby Lashley for the New Day stuff. Now, on one hand, I agree 1,000%. It would make sense. He's tied to the New Day, so why not cash in on Bobby Lashley?
Yeah, I get it.
But also, to me, it also would make it seem as if Kofi's a bitch. And what I mean by that is, you are a grown man who challenged another grown man. You got your ass whooped, and now you're going to run to Big Brother? Because Bobby Lashley didn't attack him after the match. He didn't, brutalize him after the match, when the match was done. He beat Kofi and left him there. They all, the New Day all celebrated in the back when Big E won. So it's not like, after the match, Bobby was throwing him here, throwing them there, continues to beat him up. He beat Kofi's ass and left him laying. And I feel like with Big E coming in to fight for the New Day, it almost makes Kofi like, oh, you beat me, I'm going to go get my big brother. That's what it feels like to me. Maybe I'm wrong. I just feel like that's how it feels to me. Because what did Bobby Lashley really do outside to Xavier Woods? What did he really do to the New Day?
Nothing.
Really? Outside of him beating up Xavier Woods after Hell in a Cell, what did he do? He did nothing. So it's like Big E going there makes sense because of the New Day dynamic.
Yeah.
But also, to me, it would devalue Kofi. It would make Kofi look like a bitch a little bit. Oh, you beat me up in a match. Oh, I got Big E on you. Take this last week. But at the same time, you don't see him cashing in on Roman either.
Which would be bad. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Which, I don't really care if he does or not. I'm over this Roman. Listen, Roman Reigns is doing the best fucking work of his life. But quite frankly, I'm over. It's done. I don't care anymore. I don't. Because there's no one there to make me care. There's no compelling things there to make me care. I don't care about the Brock Lesnar because of Paul Heyman. Who gives a shit? We've seen that shit with Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar how many fucking times? I don't care. I don't know. But the Goldberg shit. Just why is he getting title shots? This man has lost every match since the Fiend. So why are you even getting title matches? You've been losing. Your mistake is that you have been losing matches, not winning matches.
That's why I said, why is he even in the front of the line? Like Galactic could go up to him and be like, "I'm next," after Goldberg and get a title shot. Is that how that works?
If I can recall, I think did he reject his title match?
No, that was Roman Reigns and John Cena. John Cena.
No, he did.
Well, he
did on Raw, the behind the scenes of Raw shit, something like that.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wait, who got rejected?
Goldberg.
Oh, Bobby Lashley rejected him?
Yeah, apparently.
That's unfortunate. It's like, not unfortunate at all. Thank God. Goldberg needs to go somewhere and do something with his life. Even though they say that, but they're going to still do the match anyway.
Right. How do you unlock classes?
Bro, first of all, right, not gonna lie to you, fucking, the fact that Goldberg is even, you already know it's gonna be Goldberg versus Bobby Lashley at SummerSlam. No one's dumb. He's gonna accept it at some point. Goldberg's gonna probably just keep bugging him until he says yes. And I'm like, Goldberg, first of all, he needs to retire. He is not good in the ring. He's never been good in the ring. And I don't understand why people keep doing this. He doesn't have mystique. He doesn't even have... To me, Goldberg has never had a thing where I was like, oh shit, it's Goldberg. I wasn't proud of Goldberg when he beat fucking Brock Lesnar. That shit didn't make no fucking sense. But whatever. beat fucking Brock Lesnar in fucking a minute and some change. Like, get the fuck out of here, son. And I don't care. Like, I really don't. Oh my god. But instead, we're gonna get that, and John Cena comes back. First of all, John Cena coming back only signified that fucking Vince McMahon has ran out of ideas. Clearly, he has no ideas for anything. Because apparently John Cena's back. And then John Cena comes back and challenges for a fucking championship match? Which, again, made me go, why are you in the front of the line? How do you guys keep getting put in the front of the line? That's not fair to nobody. Like, shit. Can you build up another talent, please? Can we get a intercontinental... Can we get something? Jesus Christ. But instead... Not only was John Cena called the missionary position, which is fucking funny as hell. Did you say something, Spirit? Because I think I heard you through the door.
No, I didn't say anything. That's not you, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, so John Cena got called the missionary position, which is the funniest thing I've heard in wrestling. That was, I think that makes up for Suffering Succotash. He's like, the missionary position is the same He called that man generic. He said he has the same thing. He does the same everything. He does nothing new. And they say he's like the missionary position, the same stuff over and over again. And I was like, yo, that was great. That was just fucking great. And no one can tell me otherwise. Like, that shit was great. And
it was perfect that he did that simply because you could tell he won the crowd over with that interaction. Because the crowd was booing the fuck out of him, and then next thing you know, he said that, and everybody was cheering his name. So yeah, that's one thing I picked up when watching.
Yeah, because people fucking enjoy, they enjoy shit like that.
When people put their actual personality in, because that was clearly Roman talking. Mr. McMahon ain't like that.
He did not. Because we all know what would happen if he wrote it. He would have said, "Suffer with succotash, son."
I'm gonna go back on mute now.
That's what he would have said.
You guys have to talk about NXT, yeah?
Yeah, no, not really, no. The main thing about NXT was the fact that Karrion Kross, who just won a bunch of tournaments, lost in 0.5 seconds to a guy that hasn't won a match in about a year. Did I say that?
I don't know why you're surprised. I told you this. Like I said, I brought this up when it happened. I've been telling all of you on this same very podcast that they've been waiting to push Jeff Hardy when this theme song comes back for the crowd. And what happened? Which is stupid. It is stupid, but I told you this. It's gonna happen. So, that's why I'm not surprised.
Why aren't you surprised? What, you should be surprised, sir.
I've been saying it for weeks. That's why I'm not surprised.
Yeah, you have been saying it for weeks. I'm not gonna fucking lie to you, but yeah, you should kiss me in the mouth. Anywho, what was I about to say? So apparently, not only did we get that nonsense all week, what else happened in the wrestling world? Oh yeah, we had Money in the Bank. We got to talk about Money in the Boo Boos. Overall, that pay-per-view was not good. It was okay at best. It was just boring. It was just fucking boring. Anybody else watch Money in the Boo Boos?
Well, I watched.
Was anybody you interested in it?
I mean, the pay-per-view, so it wasn't, like, the first match was trash. everything else in the middle was fine. And then me personally, I thought the last match was fucking boring.
What was the last match again?
Roman Edge. Until that shenanigan shit. To me, that match was terrible. I did not like it at all.
Because it wasn't a good match. It was. They don't gel. They don't. It was because they had the same finishers, and it didn't make any fucking sense on why they were wrestling each other. And you just, at this point, I'm sorry, no one's believable of beating Roman Reigns at this point. No one is. They have nobody in the world of possibility to beat this motherfucker, and nobody would believe it. No single person can believe it, and it's like. And we all knew Edge was going to win.
This has to be a 400 day reign. I guarantee it. Roman Reigns is literally about to be champion for like the next 3 years.
Like, bro.
Yeah, bro. And then I'm tuning the fuck out.
Yeah. Okay. At some point, it's like, okay, Roman's the champion. Yeah, okay, you're, and as Darkwave said, it's getting fucking a little bit stale. This man has won every fucking match, and it's almost like we're not gonna get anybody to beat him. And he better not lose in a roll-up, because you know what would happen if this man loses in a fucking roll-up. We all know what would happen. Like, Jesus Christ. But for me, like I said, man, the matches, they were okay. It wasn't the best. But first things first, we got to talk about the matches. The pre-show, which was the Usos versus the Team Mysterio, the Mysterio kid, the Mysterio family. That match was dumb.
I really, really do not want to talk about that match because it's going to get me hot again. I already talked about the situation several more times. WWE, they don't fucking care, and it's going to literally, I kid you not, I don't want it to, but I'm going to say it. It's the only thing I think they're going to end up saying something is if this man kills himself or kills somebody.
Yep. Got a DUI, then gets a belt. Every time. Every single
And literally, it was so many jokes in the comment section saying Smoothie won the belt. Alright, everybody get off the fucking road, because you know the Usos, they about to sit here, they about to go out partying, so get off the road, hide your wife, hide your kids, get off. Literally, that's all I'm saying in the fucking comment section.
Damn. I didn't even notice that. That's sad.
It is fucking sad, and WWE is sad. Well, he's going away, like, oh, it's okay. And if I was anybody else, I'm like, yo, fuck you. Like, how am I supposed to make me feel? Like, no, fuck you. Just because in my last set that I'm not part of the Samoan dynasty that you want to say, like, no. So, oh, okay, no, fuck you, because you want to get the Rock back. Yeah, fuck you.
And if the Rock's back, what is he going to do? Go against Roman Reigns? We all know who's going to win that match. And, like, it's so bad. When is that going to happen? WrestleMania? Like, what the fuck?
Dude, I don't even fucking care. Like, The Rock, like...
And what's The Rock going to do? Win the belt? Remember what happened the last time The Rock won the belt against an active superstar? Remember that? Does anybody remember that nonsense? This man beat CM Punk for the belt for some fucking reason?
Because it's The Rock.
And then they had a once-in-a-lifetime match twice in a row?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Vince, I guess Vince knows what he's doing, I guess. I don't know at this point. Like, once in a lifetime match, twice in a row. And we're going to get a fucking whatever, bro. We'll see what happens. But yes, the Usos win. They even beat him again the exact same way on Monday Night Raw because, you know, rules don't matter anymore. And, you know, shit like that doesn't matter anymore. But whatever. Alright. Then we had the Women's Money in the Bank to get that shit over with as quickly as possible. And the match to me was just basic. It was not. It didn't have anything.
In my very humble opinion, they chose the wrong person.
Yeah.
Who? I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you.
Liv Morgan, clearly the crowd favorite.
Yeah.
So she came out.
I would actually say Naomi.
Well, Naomi deserves it for how long she's been there. But if we're going off who the clear crowd favorite was,
it was Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
So they chose the wrong person. Nobody was cheering for Nikki Cross. No one gave a fuck about Nikki Cross. And my brother seems to think Alexa should have won. And I'm just like, no, but you know, that's besides the point. Clearly, the choice was Liv Morgan, and they didn't take it, and it kind of pissed me off because, like, if anyone deserves it on that entire thing, there's two people, and it's Naomi and Liv Morgan. No one else. But that's all I'll say about that one.
But
Match is trash.
it was boring, and I stopped paying attention halfway through the match.
It's not
One
good.
of the dumbest endings in the history of Money in the Bank.
How did she win again?
She climbed up over everyone and grabbed the briefcase. Meanwhile, I'm looking at Oscar and Naomi. I'm looking at Oscar and Naomi look at her like, look at her climb, look at that Naomi. That's how I felt. They're just looking at her like,
It just stood there. It was really bad.
That's
yes,
it. That's literally what happened. I didn't even see the ending of the match. I was bored halfway through it, and then I heard fucking Natalia screaming and grunting half the time. I was like, oh my god. It was AJ and Omos versus the Viking Raiders, and I'm sorry, fucking Omos is not it. He's just generic Titan, generic tall guy. The wrestler, like the fuck. He reminds me of the Great Khali. He literally fights like the Great Khali. He doesn't do anything.
He's green as fuck.
Like my man does not do shit in the ring, and yet him and freaking AJ Styles were partnered together for some fucking reason. I'm like, AJ.
This is making AJ. This is downgrading AJ. I'm so sorry, and I just like my suspect slightly went down a little bit for AJ after the whole Paul. After I pieced together some shit with the whole Paul Heyman stuff, I was like, now you was a bitch. But this is really just downgrading. This is so beneath AJ Styles. Like this, just.
Yeah, it does make AJ look. That did make AJ look like a jackass. We should push newer stars. What about the stars like me, like AJ? You are one of the greatest.
You are already well established, my dude. Like
you are not doing anything right now. And then like look at him now. He's doing a tag team with Omos, and it is not a good tag team. It's not even close to being a good tag team. He's boring as fuck. And Omos does not make him look good. He can't make Omos look good. And him jumping off Omos to do does not even seem plausible. It looks stupid as fuck. Like you're jumping off Omos, who is like slightly taller than to do the fucking forearm. Like who cares? Like fuck out of here. But yes, Omos wins the match after they technically won the match. And now, who's going to be next for the title match? I don't know. But no one really cares about who's next for the belts.
it's for the likely to be excuse me, what's the name? Matt Riddle and Randy.
Yeah. Wait, what? They're supposed to be next? I thought. Wait, what happened to Randy Orton?
oh no, he's been out for some reason.
Yeah.
Apparently he was put on a WWE that's unable to perform disabled list, but who knows? Maybe that'll change by SummerSlam.
Okay. Next match is Bobby Lashley versus Kofi in a Kofi Kingston squash match, which at that point, man, from the beginning of the match to the end, I was like, this match was so fucking pointless for Bobby Lashley to get the way he was, and for him to squash Kofi Kingston the way he just squashed Kofi Kingston. Literally reminded me of when Brock Lesnar beat that man, but in a longer time frame. And I was like, this was dumb. This was dumb as fuck. Like, what was the point of that? And all Kofi Kingston kept doing was, remember when I beat you, Bobby Lashley? I was like, okay. Like, this didn't prove anything. It just proved that you got dominated. And second of all, I'm like, yo, please stop having these two people or Kofi fight people that he shouldn't be fighting. And that's one of those people. It's like, stop having him fight fucking somebody like Bobby Lashley. It really does not look good when a lightweight like him fights a big person. It always ends the fucking same where he gets his ass handed to him. But whatever. The next match was Charlotte versus Rhea. And apparently Charlotte lost a couple of her title reigns because it's NXT. Which is okay by my book. So she's now the 11th champion. You know, because I don't really give a fuck. and she won against Rhea Ripley again for the fucking second time because Rhea Ripley can't beat Charlotte for some fucking reason. I don't even know why. Hello?
Who knows, man?
Yeah, bro.
No. The storyline, the Rhea Charlotte shit has been fucking garbage.
Yeah, it was completely bad. And the fact that again Rhea has lost to Charlotte again, it makes Rhea look really terrible. All for Charlotte to have a reign for about a fucking day and a half.
I mean, that's the typical Charlotte shit.
Yeah, that is true.
She wins belts, then she loses them right back. It's Charlotte.
Yeah, that was bad. That was just fucking bad. Like, I don't know who thought that was a good idea. It was more like Galactic probably thought that was a good idea, but you know, that's Galactic. He books terribly. Anywho, the other thing that bugged me about it is Charlotte, who, when people were literally criticizing her, she was like, I haven't won this belt since barely won it. So, you know, why are people even getting mad? And I'm like, Charlotte, people aren't getting mad because you won the fucking belt. They're getting mad because you always win the fucking belt. Like, get out of here. Like, you don't lose the match. You always win the match. It makes it boring to watch and super fucking predictable when you have to go for a belt and then you win again. Like, what the fuck? Who cares? Like, I haven't won this belt since 2016. I don't give a fuck if you won that belt. If you won the Raw one, the NXT one, like, you win the belts and you literally put down a talent, a young talent. She's not even fucking, like, Rhea Ripley's not even 25 yet. You put down another Raw talent who clearly has more room for growth to win the belt again. Yes, Rhea Ripley had a shitty title reign because she barely defended it and barely did anything with the belt. But, like, come on, man. Get the fuck out of here. They could have at least done anything better than that. Talk about some.
Yeah.
Why are people mad? Like, well, because you're boring and you keep winning. You don't lose matches. Like, fuck out of here. Like, people would love to see you lose a major big match. You took the streak from Asuka. Like, no one's liking you anymore. Like, because you're boring. You're just, like, you're like if Roman Reigns was to fight somebody right now. Like, no one thinks Roman Reigns is going to lose the match. Like, if anybody thinks Roman Reigns can lose to anybody, it's sad. Like, no, he's not losing to said person that you are attempting to have him face, which is going to be Finn Balor. And everybody knows Roman Reigns is not losing no fucking Finn Balor. Everyone fucking knows that. But if yeah, like it's at this point it's bad, and they should already hurry up and just fucking. They should hurry up already and just have that man fucking Big E cashing the joint on fucking Roman already, so we can get an interesting fucking feud or something. Like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, people want to see Big E go after the belt and win it, and which would be fine, but all they got to do is build Big E up. Like, they're not, like, that man was in the Intercontinental title feud, or what's the name, or still talking to Apollo Crews. Like, who gives a fuck? You got the fucking thing. So, like, if Apollo Crews came out and like, Big E, blah 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 blah, I would say Big E. I mean, I would say Apollo. I'm sorry, but why are you talking to me right now? You won the Intercontinental Championship belt. We have nothing to discuss anymore. Like, I'm moving on to better pastures than you. Like, something, Jesus. Like, I'm moving on. I don't really care about the Intercontinental belt no more. Bye. Shit, man. And I'm glad Drew McIntyre did not win that fucking match. Like, I'm glad. I am super fucking glad. Had Drew McIntyre won that shit, I would have fucking, I don't know, dog. And finally, it's Roman Reigns versus Edge, which we've already established that match wasn't fucking good. It was okay. Average at best. They hyped the match up. They overly hyped the match up for something that they didn't really do anything. Also, I don't know if you guys know, but people are actually calling for Peacock to WWE to end the shit with Peacock because Peacock is fucking terrible.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. I heard that shit was just garbage.
Yeah, literally it says there was a massive amount of online criticism directed at Peacock due to significant technical difficulties, including major lag, buffering, occurring throughout the show's live stream in the United States. Mainly the entrances in the initial portion of the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Some viewers even called for WWE to cancel their partnership with Peacock. So, yeah. Like, when people at this point are just saying, why didn't you just use the WWE app and not the Peacock app? Like, I would have just got the WWE app and called it a fucking day. Instead, they got the network shit, and it's pissing people off. So, it's whatever on that. And that was Money in the Bank. Does anybody else have anything you want to say about WWE before Spirit takes over the AEW portion?
I'm not taking over AEW.
Okay, so Spirit, take it away.
Excuse me?
Take it away.
Why?
You're the AEW person. You have the most AEW.
How am I the AEW?
Talk about it, women.
But how am I the AEW person though? I'd like to discuss that first.
Well, I mean, you had the most information about AEW this whole week, man. It's up to you. Well, I'm counting on you,
She
Spirit.
has the most information.
I know. I'm counting on you, Spirit.
I literally put. It wasn't like I got inside sources on this. I literally found shit on articles and then just put it in the group chat.
Spirit, it's okay. I believe in you. I believe in you.
Okay, so in one of the articles that I put in the group chat,
Stop it!
I should have also have read, pretty much having a report, and this actually broke the entire site. I forgot the name of it. I gotta go back to it again, but because so many people was on it, the site literally actually crashed. There was a report that Daniel Bryan is 100% locked in for AEW. Now, having heard that was literally Wednesday for last week, and then I think it was either that Friday or even that Thursday, another report came out as well saying that CM Punk now also has been contracted and has signed the contract for AEW. That's the report that's on there. So, looking at it, that, again, this is one of those kind of situations where it's like, I'll see it to believe it, I'll see when it happened, but the fact that it's been, Daniel Bryan has not been on, his contract ended May 4th, he has not been on TV, WWE TV since April. In one of his negotiations with WWE, one of his things was that he wanted, to have just about the same amount of money that he's currently making now, work a little bit less, but he also wanted to work at New Japan. That latter, that is definitely a big no-no. WWE they're selfish. They don't want to play with the other kids at the playground. It's just them. They don't want to acknowledge that any other promotion or whatever exists. So, it would make sense for Daniel Bryan to go to AEW, a company where Tony Khan, again, is richer than Vince McMahon. He can still make the same amount of money, work less dates, which is fine, and also have the capability of working New Japan, because AEW works now with New Japan, Impact Wrestling, Power, so it's more beneficial and it's more understandable for Daniel Bryan. The CM Punk thing, that has been happening and saying and going on for hundreds of years, since whatever. For CM Punk, that's one of the things where it's like, I'll see it to believe it, but I'm a little bit more, I think it's more, I'm more believable for the Daniel Bryan than I am the CM Punk.
I think that at this point they are all. I'm just gonna take. I just think decisively that. I mean, Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, both coming in is gonna fucking. It's fun. It's fun. And that's really all I can say. Until I see them there in person, I'm gonna withhold expectations. like I said, it's gonna be fun, you know. Wrestling on AEW side anyway. It's fun, alright.
It's gonna be fun again. It's gonna be something, you know, with these talents and stuff, with them having getting Tommy, with them getting Andrade. Now Thunder Rosa is actually now with AEW now full time. And, you know, just so that's a good plus for the women's division. Now, if they can go ahead and get Ruby Soho, that will also be perfect. It's just a lot of stuff that they're sitting here getting. Like, even with Malachi, he's going to be getting jumped into a program with Cody Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's nothing, you know, besides Cody, and they get into a program with either Cody, Kenny, or the Young Bucks. You know, so the EPs, it's just super good. That's super amazing for him. You have Chavo Guerrero Jr. getting paired up with Andrade. I mean, my goodness, like, if this is not AEW, has already set the stage for their younger talent, already sitting there. You know, it's just so fun. It hasn't felt this fun to be a wrestling fan in such a long time.
Yeah. So for me, on that same situation, if Daniel Bryan does sign, you already know he's gonna get as big as a pop as he did for WrestleMania. What was that? 34 or 24? What was that one? Was that
24?
It could have been 24. Wait, was it 34 or 24?
34 was like 3 years ago.
Somebody's robot.
Am I up here actually in the background?
Well, sounds like a robot. Who's roboting?
It sounds like I'm hearing a TV.
I hear a TV and a robot. Like, it's what's going on here? It was WrestleMania 30. It was WrestleMania 30. Okay, yeah. So that happened at WrestleMania 30. He'd probably get an equal, if not a bigger reaction to that. Same thing with CM Punk, and they would it would be a shame if they didn't do anything with them both, which would, you know, get them a lot of views and a lot of everything. Like, just giving them enough money, they will fucking bring in the money for you guys to recoup losses and shit. I guarantee it. Just them two alone. Hell, tag team them motherfuckers together. Come in as a faction. Heel faction, face faction, doesn't matter. If they do, they would be fucking so great. Daniel Bryan and CM Punk together, they can come up with team moves and finally beat the fucking Young Bucks. Jesus Christ. Who's had the belt for a fucking long time, and get it off the belt, get it off the Young Bucks, which would be great. But that being said, what else happened in AEW?
What do you mean?
Did anything else happen in AEW news or wrestling news? Oh yeah, John Moxley finally lost the IWGP belt. Thank God. I was like, all right, John.
Yeah, Archer.
Yeah, I was like, it's time for you to lose it, buddy. I love you, but it's time for you to lose that belt. Like, give it to somebody else.
I think it was actually pretty good. Yeah, so the belt's being kept on. You know, it's still AEW television. Still one of the AEW stars and stuff, which is totally fine because Lance Archer was not really doing much. So, pretty good. But he got the belt. Yeah, and that match was also pretty good too.
Yeah, the match is really good. So I'm proud of AEW, what they're doing and why the fact that they allow the superstars to be them. I'm always gonna say I'm proud of AEW for that. I'm proud of NXT for doing that, but NXT lately has just been like, okay.
NXT is just.
Yeah, lately it's just been.
I think NXT needs to get into like bigger audiences. That CWC crowd is not cutting it anymore. 200-300 people ain't gonna cut it.
I mean, but it's the people who know about their shit. Because right now, like, because when somebody goes on the main roster, you don't know who the fuck they are. It actively agitates me. Somebody doesn't get the reaction they should be getting. Like, what the fuck is Johnny Gargano should be on the main roster and nobody reacts to him? That would piss me off.
Well, the thing is, I mean, if you look at the takeover shows before the pandemic, them shows was, you know, packed. So why would you take the momentum from that and actually go to slightly bigger venues?
Yeah.
Like, you could just do what AEW did and really go out there.
Yeah.
And take a chance on yourself instead of fucking sitting here and staying in 300 fan arenas.
But you also gotta remember, a lot of them said, and I quote, "They ain't leaving, son."
Well, I'm sure. It's fucking dumb.
I mean, I get it.
You want to compete, and you want to compete. It's like if you're a wrestling fan looking for a wrestler, so you turn to NXT. You look at that shit. Shit's gonna look indie as fuck. Like, you know, I mean, not it's gonna look super indie. Something that you're not really gonna set your eyes on. Where you look at AEW, you're getting massive pops. You got these massive crowd. Like, it's gonna attract you to watch AEW more. NXT.
Yeah.
Just about that alone.
Yeah, that is true. But like I said, it is what it is. We don't own these companies, so I guess they just don't know. But
pretty much.
Mm-hmm. But that being said, is there anything else anybody wanted to say before we sign off for the night?
No.
Spirit, Galactic, yeah, nothing else to say? Okay. All right. I'm gonna cut the podcast off here. I'm glad you guys were able to join us on this. Y'all have a good one.